It's time to celebrate Maple Grove. Thanks for joining us on Channel 12 for the 2013 Maple Grove Pierre Bottineau Days Parade. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Kaiser. Thanks for joining us on a beautiful Thursday evening.
Wonderful.
And joining me, these great people that you might recognize from the city of Maple Grove, City Administrator Al Madsen, and right next door, former Mayor Bob Burlingame, who just came back from someplace tropical. Al, Bob, what's the story?
He's got a nice tan.
Well, I had the opportunity to see the Panama Canal.
Well, very good.
Nice.
All right, I think there's going to be stories during the parade, so stay with us. As you look out on the street, you see we had our first few units just go by. We had the Maple Grove Police lead us off with the Maple Grove Legion Color Guard as well. And the VFW Post 11543 also had their color guard. And right in front, as you might recognize, this is the Marines, their color guard joining us tonight.
For car lovers, the ambulance coming up here is owned by Scott Anderson, Fire Chief. It's not an exact duplicate of North Memorial, but it is very, very close to being restored like a North Memorial ambulance.
And is he the only one that can drive it?
I think so, yes.
He takes good care of that.
There he is. Wonderful.
Very interesting look. And right before that, you saw the Metro Marines again. They're looking for a few good Marines. And if you're interested, you can certainly go to their website to find out more. There's Scott, proud of his vintage vehicle. And right behind Bob, we've got something that's a little more modern here. Tower 11 might be able to help a few people in Maple Grove.
I think we've been up in that one or two times.
We sure have.
And how's the view from the top?
It's scary at times.
You don't go up on a windy day, is that what you're telling me?
That's right.
Oh, you
That's
definitely
right.
do not, yeah.
Ladder 21 right behind. Al, tell us a little bit about the Maple Grove Fire Department. Some great people serving the city.
Wonderful. It's a volunteer fire department, and a number of years back, Maple Grove Volunteer Fire Department was selected as the Volunteer Fire Department of the Year.
Fantastic.
For the state of Minnesota. So we have about 100 volunteer firefighters, maybe a little over. We're always looking for volunteer firefighters, daytime, evening. So if anybody's interested,
stop by the Government Center. Again, go to the city's website and you can find out a little bit more. And I think we've got just about every truck in town joining us tonight. 5 fire stations in the city of Maple Grove, correct?
Yes,
so
that's correct, 5.
I think there's a few spare trucks out there just in case tonight.
There will be no need for any more. They've got 5 of them that very strategically placed throughout the city.
In the early days, when we started our fire department, we contemplated, are we going to go with yellow or red?
Okay.
And Dick Reimer, the mayor at that time, says, we're going with red.
Yeah, that's right.
And no one was going to argue with Dick, I'm sure. There's North Memorial right behind, obviously very well known here in the Northwest Metro area with the new hospital up in Maple Grove. They've not only got the trauma unit there on wheels, but they've got some on bikes and some in carts as well to help us out because it is a warm night tonight, so just in case they are ready. Now this goes back just a few years.
Isn't that a great one?
You know, the thing with the Osseo Fire Department, they serviced us for years before we had our own units.
Right. Yep.
And we really appreciate that.
That one was all the way back from 1929 is the vintage for that. And look at, he's cranking hard there to get that sound coming out.
One of the nice things for our residents is that our fire department with the 5 stations and all are very well equipped, puts us at an ISO, which is an insurance rating, at 3. And that means a savings to our taxpayers as far as homeowners insurance. And so we're very proud of that ranking of 3.
And the residents, no doubt, are very happy about that. Here comes tanker number 11 from the city of Osseo. That's got a few gallons of water that can be stored on board. Again, we're on 89th Avenue here in Maple Grove, a beautiful night, and as you take a look down the block there, you can see the rows and rows of people that have been out for hours getting ready for this parade, and they are very interested, some of the young ones, as you see, to get maybe a little candy in those bags, and I think mission will be accomplished tonight.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No problem.
This Tuesday before the today's parade, people were out staking their claim along 89th.
Good for them. Good reason to get a good spot here. This is the crime prevention vehicle from the city of Maple Grove.
Crime prevention officer Todd Strigi does a fantastic job on National Night Out, which is coming up August 6th. And Maple Grove in 2011 and 2012 ranked number 3 in the nation as having the best turnout for National Night Out neighborhood parties. So
Get
very
out
proud
there
of that.
on August 6th, a great night. Now this guy gets you by what? Just a few centuries, right there, Bob? This is who? Who's this pelt-laden guy?
Pierre Bottineau.
Yeah, we've had him in the parade here for a number of years now from the Palmer family, and so we welcome them back.
And celebrating some history way back in the early days of this area, before it was Maple Grove, no doubt.
Absolutely, back when Bob and I just came to the city.
I wasn't going to say that. I'm glad you did.
I thought I'd get it in before you did.
Makes it sound a little ancient, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does.
Well, here are some very important people to town, and they
Absolutely.
have been working very hard. Tell us a little bit about the effort that Joel and Karen have been working on.
Well, this is the Beyond the Yellow Ribbon. Beyond the Yellow Ribbon is a organization created to help veterans, returning veterans, or families of veterans. And we just received, last night actually, we just received recognition as a Beyond the Yellow Ribbon. Secretary of State Mark Ritchie was here to present the proclamation, and the committee has been working diligently for the past year. And so Beyond the Yellow Ribbon is just a wonderful, wonderful group. And if anybody's interested in volunteering to help families or veterans, just let us know. Come to our website.
Bob, take a look at that vehicle. Not something you see coming down 89th Avenue every day.
You know, it came to mind. What if you put a snowplow on there?
That might help. Especially this last year, a few of the storms.
That's right.
We could have used that, and you see many folks walking down as part of the Beyond the Yellow Ribbon group, handing out some information to the folks along the parade route, and even some marching along here. We see a lady right in front of us that's got a sign there. Must be a son or grandson that is in the military and being recognized as part of that great effort. So if you're interested in more information, again, go to the city's website. You can find out more, and I think they have their own Facebook page, which I'm sure both of you are Facebook veterans, right, gentlemen?
You know, if you look at my profile on the Facebook, I'm holding a little girl, and that's my granddaughter.
Okay.
But she's now 5, and she was 1.5 when I was holding her. So you can see how often
it's update time. Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah. How often do I update it? So I check it from time to time, but it's been obviously a long time since I've updated the profile.
Well, some of the kids are getting a little warm already. You see they have found some giveaway items that they're enjoying. And right behind now, as we look back to the street, we have the American Heritage Girls. This is a relatively new group. This is an Osseo troop. And if you want more information, ahgonline.org is where you can find out more about what their group is doing.
Say, before I forget, I'd like to mention all the volunteers who are present at the parade tonight. Those who set up the parade, who are setting up the activities at the community center over the weekend, the arts people, and then we have many police reservists here tonight helping us at the street closings, and North Memorial is represented. So again, a big thank you to all the volunteers who take the time to put this together. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Good point, Bob. We have hundreds of volunteers that help put this together, and Maple Grove Community Organization is the parent, let's say, and they're very dedicated, very committed to what they do, but we need lots of volunteers just beyond the organization itself. So there's Mayor Stephenson. Oh, Mayor.
Now, he must have something to do with girls' soccer here, or else
so.
the girls' soccer team wants the candy.
Maybe
His
that's
daughter
it.
is throwing the candy out.
Yeah, Laurel's sitting on the back there.
I got it. One of the soccer players, Mayor Stephenson, a familiar face, has been around town for just a few years,
And
right?
she is quite a good soccer player. His daughter. Very, very good. Is Councilmember Sargent. Nice-looking Camaro. Black, I guess it is.
Leanne and the crew there, making kids happy, handing out the candy.
Here comes Councilmember Sargent. Jager. Oh, red? She popped herself into the red Camaro.
Where do we get these from? One of the dealerships?
This is for compliments of Luther Brookdale. They do a wonderful job of providing.
And there's Phil Leith right behind. He's busy passing out the candy here by the bucket load. He's going to need to conserve a little bit there as he goes by. And Eric Johnson, the last to speed by us there. Oh, he's looking for us. Very close. Second shot, still just a little short. Nice try there, Eric. Oh, even the backhand. He almost got us there. Tell us a little bit about the commitment that those people we just saw have to the city of Maple Grove.
Well, it's an amazing commitment. I mean, some people think, well, they just have 2 meetings a month. That truly is not the case, because they're involved in lots of different boards, organizations, outside groups. They're on the go all the time, and so it's more than just 2 meetings a month. That's the scheduled regular meetings, but there's a lot of meetings that take place with organizations such as the North Metro Mayors Association and the Municipal Legislative Commission, the League of Minnesota Cities. It's very, very demanding, and if they sat down and calculated the per hour income from being on the council, it'd probably be in the negative figure.
All right, who's the guy up on the boat? That's a familiar face as well. The Hennepin County Sheriff, Rich Stanek. There he goes. We agree. Bob says thumbs up on that. And one note that we have about Rich and the gang there is, did you know that they utilize unpaid volunteer special deputies to assist them in daily operations? They have approximately 120 special deputies who volunteer their time. So just a little known fact about some of the ways they get the job done. Now here is a beautiful float that continues to look more beautiful each year.
Isn't this great? Every year they just seem to outdo themselves. It's just fantastic.
And these young ladies on board are rounding out their reign for the city of Maple Grove, correct?
That's correct. 3 gorgeous ladies. They've done a wonderful job for the city, representing the city, and just dynamite ambassadors. And that float is phenomenal. They just do a better job every year.
Thanks to Danielle, Courtney, and Laura for their service to the city.
Well, now we got a important.
Oh,
yes. We better talk about that truck for a minute.
Yeah.
It looks like we've got Neil inside, one of our reporters, Delane and Jay on the back there, waving away.
Yeah.
And they're a silver sponsor, too. They're a real big promoter of Maple Grove Days, so we thank you.
Cable 12 does just a fantastic job of covering sports, news, you name it, community events.
And if you want more information or to see some of the stories that those 2 fine folks on the back of the truck have done, you could go to 12.tv, as you see the website right there on the truck. I don't know if we could talk Jay or Delane into this, but right behind we have the Twin Cities Unicycle Club, and this is an amazing group that dazzles us each year with a little bit of balance talent.
One of these times, David, you need to be out there doing that, and Bob and I will be up here.
The 3 of us should go out there really and try to show off a little bit.
Oh boy!
See, just like that, we could do that. Hold hands across the aisle.
I'm waiting till the medic's here.
Yeah.
This is the largest unicycle club in the country and the oldest unicycle club in Minnesota.
They are good.
They have a number of national titles and world championship titles. Last year they were in the national competition and convention in Saline, Michigan, and an international competition all the way over in Italy. So they do very, very well. I think I might be best set for the guy that's holding the little monkey in front there. Just tie my legs to it and I think I'd be all right.
These are called high flyers. Look at that.
Look at that. That is something.
My.
Yeah. You always wonder now, how do you get up on that?
With a little help.
I think that big fire truck
maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
All right, here we go with a little routine for them as well, dropping hands at the right moment.
There goes the monkey.
The monkey bringing up the rear, helping everyone along. They are interested in people joining and learning to ride. Bob and Elle, you could get right on. It is tcuc.org.
That would be quite something to see me get up on one of those. I have a tough time with a 2-wheel. I might have a tough time right now with a trike.
Let's talk a little bit about Maple Grove Days. Obviously, this is a little bit of an important year in all of the celebrations, 25 years of the event. Yeah. What does Maple Grove Days mean to the city?
Oh, I think it's a tremendous boost to the city. Obviously, it brings a lot of recognition. It brings a lot of people out. It brings a lot of people working together with the hundreds and hundreds of volunteers that work on Maple Grove Days. I was involved in 25 years ago when the thought was being tossed out by John Garrettson about a community celebration, and so it was fun to work on the committee back then in its infancy. But it means a lot. It's I guess one of the nice things, at least personally for me, is that I hope communities never lose their community events, never lose their city celebrations, because to me it's just an absolute fun part of a city. So.
And you see the website there where you can find out a little bit more about all that Maple Grove Days does, and if you're interested in maybe volunteering and helping out in the next year, you can do that. Bob, how has it changed over the years since you've been around here in the city? What was Maple Grove Days like back a few years ago to what it is today?
Well, I don't even think we had a name for it then.
Okay.
We had a start in the late 60s with a small parade down by the new Cedar Island School on Hemlock Lane, and it probably went a quarter of a mile. And at that time, our representative from the area was in the parade, and whatever else we had. And I think we had our first fire unit, which was given to us by Tenant Company in those days.
Okay.
And that and the representative, that was our parade, and we had a few people come out of their homes and watch.
So it took about 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's about right. And our fire station at that time was our first fire station, 69th and Hemlock.
And it's not that long ago, is it?
No, really.
What change there has been in the number of years.
No doubt about that. The interesting thing is when it comes to MZCO putting together the community celebration, they'll be starting in January. Actually, they'll probably start before that. They'll be having a recap in the next couple of months as to next couple of weeks as to how things went for the 2013 Maple Grove Days, and they'll be getting geared up for 2014. So it's a long planning process, and it's just amazing when you see the dedication, not only by the committee members themselves, but hundreds of volunteers. So.
We should mention, too, over the weekend, especially Saturday, there will be free bus transportation from the transit center to 3 different locations throughout the city, from 9 in the morning to I think 10 or 11 at night, whenever it's needed. Yeah. And the community center area is blocked off because we got all the presenters over there and the displays and things like that. So people can park at our transit center if they want to. We're going to stop at the government center. We're going to stop across from the library, and then we're going to drop off at the community center. So if you just want to park and take a ride, feel free to do that, because there's a lot of activities going on, and you'll want to spend some time doing that and not worried about parking.
Right, at the community center you've got the business expo, you've got the truck show, which is always a big draw for kids. Just as a note to all of our viewers, if it does rain on Saturday, the truck show will be shifted over to the government center parking lot. Let's hopefully
it'll never rain.
Let's hope. Yeah,
it doesn't rain on Maple Grove Days, right?
Let's hope that's the case.
I'm gonna guarantee it. I'm gonna guarantee it.
All right,
I'm gonna hold you to that.
You bet.
Good as gold right there. Well, these kids are getting
Absolutely.
a snack, and I think that's a good idea. We're going to get a little snack here and take a quick break, because as you look down the street, you see that we've got a little break in the action here. We have a marching band that will be coming up soon, and much more. You're watching the Maple Grove Days Parade right here on Channel 12. We'll be back in just a minute.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Channel 12's Community Corner puts the spotlight on your corner of the northwest suburbs.
We want to talk about some things happening around the city of Maple Grove.
New Hope's rinks are officially open.
This is the spot for the Golden Valley Rotary Club.
The City Council worked really hard not to have a tax increase.
You can instantly upgrade your wardrobe with a few simple accessories.
We're in Golden Valley today doing a little recycling.
Rediscover your corner of the northwest suburbs every day on Channel 12's Community Corner.
Welcome back to the Pierre Bottineau Parade in Maple Grove. 89th and Quinwood is where we are located, and it is a beautiful Thursday afternoon in July as we're out here on the street. And just look again at the number of people up and down the block. This isn't the longest parade in the metro area, but something tells me, Al, maybe one of the best attended parades.
I think it truly is. Every year, the attendance, the people along the parade route just get, greater and greater and greater. So
I don't know who picked out this street, but they did a good job. If you think about it, the length of this
it's
and
a
the
perfect
ability to control everything
Right.
and the traffic,
Yep.
it really works out well for us.
Yeah. Just as another note for another event that's during this week is at the Maple Grove Days is the Maple Grove Historical Society. Will be having an open house at their museum, which is they got a portion of the old Public Works facility. So that'll be a great opportunity to stop there and see many, many artifacts, and that's from 2 to 5 on Sunday. Here we have a gold sponsor.
And this
Pearl
John
Vision.
Deere is pulling along some of the green-clad folks from Pearl Vision. They've got the balloons that they're blowing up there, and oh, this is going to be a treat for the kids. Look at her right there. She's hopping down carefully. Let's watch. Keep an eye on that lady because she has got the mini Frisbees that are going to be flying out here in just a second. Pearl Vision, obviously a well-known business here in the area. Oh, there she goes. She's refilling the other Frisbee throwers. And the kids are going to be very happy to fill up their bags here tonight, Al.
Oh, absolutely right. If you stop and think about all the activities that take place, I mean, it's more than just the parade. It's, the ambassador program, the coronation is Friday night, 7 p.m. at the senior high. You've got art activities. You've got all the activities that go on at the community center and the truck show and the classic car show. That is truly one great thing.
You know what I'd like? I'd like that tractor because that matches my age.
I was going to ask you, were there more of those in Maple Grove not too long ago than cars out there?
Well, yeah, not too long ago.
Yeah.
I moved here in 1960, and there was a lot more farming than there is now. We've lost most of our barns.
A little bit of change over time here. Again, we mentioned the size of the parade route, and what that causes then is what you see right there on the streets. We've got people 3, 4, 5, 6 back, and they get out here, as Al mentioned, very early, if not days early, to make sure they get the spot along the parade route here. So some very happy kids now with from Frisbees, and everyone's going to be happy in just a second because we have our first band pulling into view here. This is the Maple Grove High School Marching Band. They have been busy throughout the summer performing in other parades, but it's always special when you get to go to your hometown
Sure is.
and perform in front of your family and friends.
Bob?
Tell us a little bit about the high school and the importance of having a high school right here in town.
Oh, tremendous importance, no doubt about that. We have a fantastic school system, District 279. It encompasses more than just Maple Grove, but it's a wonderful, highly accredited school district, just having quality education facilities, high school, junior high, elementary. So the high school is located, I think, very strategically, and it's also right across from the stadium for football and a lot of activities. So I'm very proud of our school district.
I was fortunate to be mayor at the time they started building this and dedicated it, and I was even present when they decided that they would have the lunches in-house. The kids couldn't leave the school, that type of thing. So all of those are good memories for us.
Sure are.
You probably laid a brick or put a little concrete down yourself, Bob?
Well, they wouldn't trust me. I'd probably have it on a level or something.
Well, let's sit back and enjoy the Maple Grove Senior High Marching Band. hand for the Maple Grove Senior High School Marching Band. A great performance tonight.
Wonderful job.
There's the big truck that carries all of those instruments. Just a few notes that I saw out there during that performance. The drum major doing double duty, not only working with keeping the band together, but playing the trombone. How about that for extra work tonight?
I don't know how they handle it in those uniforms.
And
Some of the
Got to be a little warm.
The important thing here, too, is that we've got support staff following along the band in case
Right.
somebody gets overheated or
Right,
needs a drink or something.
There's a wonderful gold sponsor.
some familiar faces there, and Bob, as always, has the recliner in the back of the truck.
Sits in the
Oh,
back.
and there's Mike. He's working hard.
Yeah.
Mike is cooking.
Congratulations to the Lookout. Over 50 years and gold sponsor. So.
All right, and it looks like hot dogs tonight coming from the Lookout. He is actually cooking inside. There you see Mike working hard, and hot dogs are coming out. We mentioned the Historical Society a little earlier. They have been doing a lot of work in Maple Grove and now have a new home.
They do. They have a wonderful home. When we moved part of our public works staff into the new public works building, we then moved the Historical Society folks into the former portion of the public works section. So this Sunday from 2 to 5, they'll be having an open house. They'll have you're going to be able to see lots of artifacts, lots of different displays, as well as ice cream. So I urge everybody to come over to it. It's just a wonderful place, and it's a great organization. As a member, I love being a part of it and love helping them out any way we can. The city's a strong supporter of trying to keep the history that we have. It's fading, but we still have it. So there's prime advertising.
Marilyn, Marilyn's going to try to shoot it over here. There it goes. Good shot, Marilyn. Marilyn and Mark right inside the vehicle. They are very busy in the community helping promote things like the guide that has come out for this parade or other things for the community. So we thank Prime for their great business partnership in the area.
Wonderful gold sponsor, and Prime has done the city's website. We've received awards for our city website, and that was put together by Prime as well as city staff. So.
And right behind, another gold sponsor, First Class Mortgage. They have got the Captains of the Sea, it was, but then they changed it. Now it's the Captain of Mortgages on board the back there. And there's a way you can win a free grill through what they've got going on. Oh, and all sorts of goodies to give away here. Thank you very much. They've got the blue shirts on and can coolers and a little bit of everything. All right, what have we got going on here? Oh, it's got to be the Winter Carnival. They're having some fun already. They're thinking winter, Al, for some strange reason.
Yes, they are. Anything to cool us off. Yeah.
Senior royalty from the St. Paul Winter Carnival. They're hoping you think a little bit ahead. We've got some prime ministers and ladies in waiting and queens of the Northland on board.
That's another amazing community organization, I should say. City celebrations. It's just a fun event.
You're looking again down 89th Avenue here in the city of Maple Grove, right in the heart of the city. And again, the perfect street for the parade and a perfect street for that big dog to take a nice leisurely walk. This is the Upper Midwest Great Dane Rescue Group, the GreatDaneRescue.com, where you can find out more. And look at that beautiful dog there. And the dog, that front dog, is not quite sure about being in the center of attention in the parade. Now this guy doesn't care at all.
It doesn't bother him a bit. No, he's just loping along.
He's going to give the camera a kiss here pretty soon, would be my guess. Yeah. What's that cameraman doing so close to me?
Come on.
Beautiful dogs.
And just the variety in sizes and colors of some of the Great Danes there and the markings on them. Oh, there's another one checking out that camera very close and personal. So a great way for people to stay involved, and those are big dogs.
They sure are, you bet.
This little one going along with the candy could probably hop on for a ride on one of them if she wanted to.
Yes.
Some of those were retired from the racing scene, weren't they, I believe? Not all of them.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Right behind, we have a float with some people that like to keep you entertained and having fun. This is the Maple Grove Community Center, really another one of the hearts of Maple Grove, Al.
It truly is. It provides so many wonderful services to our residents and non-residents. We get thousands and thousands of people that come through our community center every year. Swimming pool.
I remember the days. I remember the days when we presented the community center to our folks here, and we had a little resistance.
Yes, we did.
And I remember some of the people saying, well, you should let us vote on that. Well, we'd have never got it done in time because the need has come up so rapidly. So we're happy we got that done.
And attached to our community center is Lifetime Fitness, and so the joint partnership we have with Lifetime attached to the community center works out very, very well. But there's so many things to do inside the community center. The maze in there is, if you got the little kids, they absolutely love that maze. We got rooms in there for birthday parties.
Well, you know
weddings.
what? I want to tell you this, with the maze, when that was introduced, the first two people down that, Terry Halleck and Bob Burlingame.
And you survived to tell.
Yes, we did.
Very good. Well, we might not survive this. Al mentioned Lifetime Fitness attached to the community center. And you can see they've got the crew out here that could not give up their workout tonight. And they said, well, if you're going to work out tonight, you have to do it on the street. And they said, sure, we'll do it. There they go, jogging up 89th Avenue here. Oh, here comes a truck that we've been waiting for, and the character beyond characters, Al. I don't know how many stories you can tell us about this guy, but who is driving his fine truck tonight?
Chris
Student driver. I like it.
Chris Johnson, student driver, yeah. Chris has been he's a strong volunteer over the years. He works for Luther Brookdale. Luther Brookdale provides all of the vehicles for our various parade participants. Beautiful 1957. Chris has been very, very active in the community for many years. Chris and I go back, I hate to say it, but probably at least 35 years.
Don't tell us, Al. They'll guess your age. Don't go that way.
Bob, are you having flashbacks with that last car? You kept looking at it.
I had a 55.
Ah, got it.
3-tone 55. Remember those?
Very nice.
Absolutely.
I had a 57.
Okay, there you go.
Well, here is a group that is very well known in Maple Grove and does so much for the community. This is the Maple Grove Lions, and their motto, simple, we serve.
50 years of service to our community. Wonderful organization. They have just done a wonderful job for the community over the years and donated so much.
I remember when they got started, their first meetings were up at the Lookout in the early days. Remember that. Don Mildenberger was involved in that.
Sure.
And again, you almost can't go any place in town without seeing a park or a plaque or something related to the Lions.
Former Mayor Reimer's wife. Wonderful lady.
Oh my, here comes the load of candy.
My grandkids will love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here comes Rhodey the Roadrunner, and that can only mean one thing. It is Rice Lake Elementary Schools, one of the proud elementaries in the area. And they've got some of the students that are happy to be out of school and happy to be in a parade.
They've been doing this for years. The first group, actually, to come in when we did these parades, Rice Lake School.
Yeah. Seeing that young man on the skateboard reminds me my son used to love being on a skateboard. And so now at the community center, we have developed a very nice skate park. My son keeps telling me, where were you years ago when I was skateboarding? But it's a beautiful skate park. I encourage all of our young folks, and if even some adults want to take a chance and get out there on a skateboard.
Sounds good to me. Here comes a silver sponsor for Maple Grove Days Parade. This is Dancing on Broadway, as you see. They have dance classes for all and a variety of dance styles. And here you see just a few of the styles going on. Let's listen to the music and watch the dance for a minute.
There you go, Bob. Jump in.
sponsors from Dancing on Broadway. As you see, all ages out there. And they've got the steps down. And if you want to get involved, you can go to their website and find out more about Dancing on Broadway.
Reminds me of my granddaughter. She loves to dance.
I wonder if we could can all that energy in.
Wouldn't that be nice? That would be great.
And here comes the mascot for Primrose Schools. They are located right here in Maple Grove over on Wedgwood Road, and also a new facility right on the border of Champlin and Brooklyn Park. And Joe Paquette, the head man behind the schools, right there in the sunglasses. Very involved in the North Hennepin Area Chamber of Commerce as well, so they're involved in the community and a silver sponsor of this year's event. And I think it's a rooster. What do you think, gentlemen? We're going with the rooster there?
I think so.
It's not a turkey.
Okay.
We don't want any turkeys.
The red part is on the wrong part of the head, so I think we've got it there.
I think we got it.
The rooster is a hit to all those along the route, and this next group's going to be a hit too. This is the Osseo Senior High School Marching Band. They, of course, from neighboring Osseo. We've got the flag bearers out front here, color guard ready to come join us. And they recently performed in their own town. They have the annual Marching Band Festival in the city of Osseo, which brings in many, many marching bands from throughout the state. So they don't get to compete there, but they get to compete here, and they will no doubt put on a good show tonight as they march into view. Let's sit back and listen and enjoy the Osseo Senior High School Marching Band. Osseo Senior High School Marching Band, a great performance tonight, and the hardest working 5-member drum crew of any band I have seen. They kept the beat going strong for their crew there.
Wonder how many hours practice they put in. Their precision is just excellent.
I would think school ends, band starts, and even before that, and they're busy all summer long.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the flag corps was busy as well, some of them doubling with the rifles. Many different color changes of flags throughout the performance, so congratulations to Osseo Senior High on another great performance. And you see their truck roll by and again, some of the groups that help out, and you see the Lions insignia on that. Not only the Osseo Lions, but Maple Grove Lions helping out with the band.
Just for the newcomers to our city, you know, the community was founded, the area was founded in the 1850s, but in 1954 is when Maple Grove became a township. Excuse me, a village. Before that, we were the township, and then in 1974 is when we officially became a city. So we're not that old as a city. A lot of the development really started to kick into gear in the 80s. And so Bob, he's been here 50 years, and I've been here 30 years, and so both of us have seen just phenomenal changes to this whole area. Areas that were gravel mining, areas that were cornfields, and areas that were hunting grounds.
And I think past city councils and fellow employees should be complimented for how well they plan for the future. We've had a lot of things going on early in Maple Grove's life that have brought us to this point today, which is really a compliment.
Absolutely. We have, I believe anyway, we have fantastic employees, and our planners have always been good about having a vision for our community and sticking with that vision. And same goes for our elected officials. They have a vision for Maple Grove, and we follow that vision.
Well, Bob and Al working hard to try to compete with the Osseo cheerleaders. Sorry, gentlemen, I think the cheerleaders are winning in the yell competition here. Thanks to the Osseo Senior High cheerleaders and their crew behind helping them along. They will be out on the sidelines of the fields throughout the next season. And now we get into some special units that bring us some of the young ladies who are in the ambassador program, and they are candidates this year. Al, tell us a little bit about this program and why these ladies are so important to Maple Grove.
Well, they provide a fantastic image to the city. Some years ago when it first started, people would call it a queen contest, and that's really not it. It's far beyond that. It's the ambassadors. They attend so many different events. They attend so many different parades throughout the whole area, throughout the state, and they send the message. They represent Maple Grove, and they do a wonderful job. So each year I provide the candidates with a tour of the government center and the public safety facility, and just continue to be amazed as the quality of the individuals and just the quality of life that they have. They're just so excited and so dedicated.
And you saw Krista, Alexa, Elizabeth, Carly, and Ellen, the first 5 that you're going to see of the many ambassador candidates. And the big night for the ambassadors then is Saturday night, is that correct? At the Maple Grove Friday night.
Friday night.
Yep.
Maple
Friday
Grove
night,
Senior High,
right.
so if people are interested. And those young ladies will be there and will be looking for the honor of representing Maple Grove throughout a number of parades and communities in the next year.
Right, we have 14 candidates this year.
And we'll see all of them in the parade, I would guess, today. And here you see a fancy vehicle that is from Alina Health. It looks like that might be something that goes on the road. And there you see Mobile Wellness Center to do some checkups out on the road. They are an important part of the Maple Grove community and help to provide health care. They've got some other volunteers, as you see right there, walking along the side. If you're from Alina Healthcare, Bob, what do you hand out in a parade?
Healthcare information.
There you go. I think that's good.
That was close.
Certainly
anyway.
Something without sugar, right? Something low fat. So we didn't get any, as you see. They walked by us. They figured, oh, here we go. Oh, chapstick, I think it is, and probably sunscreen. That's a fine choice.
Yes, sunscreen would be great for this time of the season.
Thanks to Alina for helping us out tonight. Here you see a truck pulling some youngsters who are happy to represent Redeemer Lutheran Church. They are located on Elm Creek Boulevard right here in Maple Grove. And they have the Shining Light Preschool inside. There goes your chapstick, Al. Rolling right across the table.
There it is.
Look at the youngsters on board there. They've got some of the chairs, it looks like, right from the classroom. And they also are telling us about Vacation Bible School. Tiny Bit O' Talent it is called, and it'll be July 15th through the 18th this year. And if you want to stay fit, you might want to go to the Nutri Shop. That's located right in town here in this area, which we all recognize those buildings, right?
That's right. Arbor Lakes.
The Main Street area, the shops, and the fountains, places to do a little shopping.
Arbor Lakes opened in 1990 along with the first phase of Arbor Lakes, which is over by Best Buy. And then phase 2 was the shops at Arbor Lakes, and the final phase was the fountains at Arbor Lakes. And the Arbor Lakes development has been a state and national award winner for developments. So it's a very, very prestigious development.
Here comes Cub Foods with the world's largest grocery cart, and look at the carts behind, though. The kids aren't looking at the big one right now. They're looking at the little ones because the candy aisles at the Cub in Maple Grove are empty.
Everything is here.
It's all in those carts tonight. They are having a tough time pushing some of those carts up the street. They are so full of candy. Thanks to Cub, they are a big supporter of the town, obviously. They are a sponsor of many events and a bronze sponsor of this event tonight. The Arbor Lakes Business Association, which was represented by the 3 areas, is a silver sponsor. So we thank them for being involved. And here comes the orange-clad crew from the North Clinic. Another way healthcare provided, and something that has turned into a little bit of a trend, Al, in the city of Maple Grove, getting to be well known for healthcare here in the Northwest Metro area.
Very much. The opening of the hospital certainly was a big, big plus for our community. They tend to draw other medical type businesses.
I don't want to take any credit for the hospital, but I get a lot of use out of it.
You're keeping them going? Is that what you're saying, Bob?
Yeah, so we're very happy that they're so close by and so efficient.
Oh, absolutely. With all due respect to North Memorial, years ago I first met with their president at that time about bringing a hospital to Maple Grove, and their position pretty much was there isn't really anything that's going to happen in Maple Grove. That's how far back that goes.
Right.
Well, over time, they saw what's happening. They saw that the hospital provides a tremendous service. Over 10,000 babies have been delivered. They have an urgent care facility there that is excellent.
Let's look to the city of Buffalo now, and their ambassadors and royalty are joining us tonight. We've got Maddie, Miss Buffalo, and Kaylee is one of the princesses, and I bet we have some of the junior folks on the truck in front. Buffalo, of course, not too far down the road, and they have their Buffalo Days each year in June. And I'm happy to report for those from Buffalo that their float was 2nd place in their category this year. So congratulations. There's some judging of the parade floats that happens ahead of the parade here, and they were one of the top finishers.
I'm happy to report that Maddie Yates is a friend of our family, and we congratulate her on being Miss Buffalo.
Oh, excellent. Congratulations. I'm not certain if we've referenced North Clinic as a bronze sponsor.
Congratulations to them. We thank them. And here comes another bronze sponsor. I'm not sure quite what that guy is right there. Monkey something, but he might be associated, I'm thinking, to the Foss Swim School.
Yeah, we got to work on that one. What is that?
He's not a chicken and he's not a turkey.
Yeah, yeah, we can eliminate those two.
Well, it is Foss. I see it up on the bowl on top. It's a monkey that likes water, apparently.
It's got to be. It looks like a monkey with a pink bowl. It's got to be a female monkey.
He's known as a person that monkeys around.
Very, very true. I think you've got it. Foss Swim School, of course, located in Maple Grove, right behind the Walmart area. So you might want to stop there if you want some swimming lessons. Here's a trip back to the past of the area.
There's a beautiful, beautiful stagecoach.
Wells Fargo rolling along.
Yeah, that is outstanding.
That has been preserved and maybe redone a time or two over the years. Look at the size of the back wheels as they roll by.
How many reins do they have to have for a 4-horse hitch?
Oh, boy.
16.
Okay.
You're testing us. You'd agree with it, whatever Al said? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, you only need 4.
We knew you knew the answer.
4 per horse?
No, 4 for total.
Okay.
After you get them hitched right.
Berkeley,
that was a great float. Wow.
Berkeley Acura rolling by with one of their new vehicles, no doubt, right there at the front of your screen, and right behind we've got more of the red-clad soccer players. They're part of Maplebrook, and they say it is soccer at its best. And they're not camera shy. Look at that.
Definitely not.
They're practicing their after a goal dance, no doubt. Put it in the back of the net and come over to the camera. Or either the theory is just go back and play, because I'm sure they've all scored many, many times. Oh, look at that, the chest bump there. And just a few soccer fields in Maple Grove, Al?
Quite a few, plus we've got the dome. Soccer is very, very strong in Maple Grove and continues to get larger every year. So.
And some big partnerships. We were talking about Maple Grove Senior High before, and you look at all of the schools, and if you look closely around the schools, there's some great partnerships between the school and the city as far as some of the other facilities that go there.
Oh, there clearly is, and with the different athletic associations as well. We have joint powers agreements with the schools, and a lot of our athletic associations use the gyms and things like that. So
over the years, we've been able to avoiding duplicate services because of that with these joint efforts.
That's correct.
So it works out great.
If your teeth need a little checkup, you might want to go to Metro Dental Care, Maple Grove office on 95th Avenue. They're also on Bass Lake Road here in town, and an office in Osseo, and they are a bronze sponsor and perfect. They're passing out toothbrushes. There they go, out to the crowd. After all that candy we might need at mid-parade here. And speaking of mid-parade, we're about a third way through of the Great Maple Grove Days 2013. Take a look down 89th Avenue. You see some smiling faces, someone eating something that they just got. I don't know if she's supposed to be or not, but we'll let her chew on that while we take a look at a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more of the Pierre Bottineau Parade in just a second right here on Channel 12.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Channel 12's Community Corner puts the spotlight on your corner of the northwest suburbs.
We want to talk about some things happening around the city of Maple Grove.
New Hope's rinks are officially open.
This is the spot for the Golden Valley Rotary Club.
The City Council worked really hard not to have a tax increase.
You can instantly upgrade your wardrobe with a few simple accessories.
We're in Golden Valley today doing a little recycling.
Rediscover your corner of the northwest suburbs every day on Channel 12's Community Corner.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
Oh dear, I can't afford that.
Charge it. You can pay it off later.
Not so fast, credit card guy.
Savings Man.
Don't let him entice you, ma'am. Credit card guy can lead you to big trouble. You need a savings plan.
You're right, Savings Man.
Get this ballpark estimate worksheet at choosetosave.org. It will help you get started.
Gee, thanks, Savings Man.
No, thank you.
So visit choosetosave.org and get your ballpark estimate today.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Welcome back to the 2013 Pierre Bottineau Parade right here on Channel 12, and it's time for more marching bands. This band made a little bit of a journey down 94. This is the St. Cloud All-City Marching Band, and they are underway with some very unique costumes, as you will see coming up. Let's listen in, buckle your seatbelts for this performance, the St. Cloud All-City Marching Band. City Marching Band. Great performance, but gentlemen, I have to admit, I was a little scared by some of the people in the flag corps. The theme was the Raven, so it makes sense. Yes. And we were definitely in character throughout.
They really were, yes.
We had one that came right up to the table here, and I didn't think she was going to stop, and she gave us the big, I don't know, mean face, yes, and the evil eye, very good at the end there, so we quickly sat back in our chairs.
Well, the points weren't sharp, so you were all right.
That's good, all right, yes. And there you see some of their supporters that power the blue.
One quick now announcement is that the Farmers Market happens every Thursday from 2 to 7 at a community center, so I encourage everybody to go over to the Farmers Market, considered one of the very, very best in the state.
Here comes another group of ambassador candidates looking very fine in their evening gowns tonight. We have got Jennifer, Kaya, and Anna, it looks like, in vehicle number 1, and close behind we've got Libby and Molly. And again, these young ladies do a lot in the city of Maple Grove and have been very busy over the recent few days. Some from Osseo Senior High, some from Maple Grove Senior High, with some great backgrounds. Competition and involvement in National Honor Society, studying biology, one going to Bethel, studying biology, some great, great folks And Susan is in front of us, and she is very proud to be on board there.
There's another wonderful organization. They just donated the music plaza to our town green area. It's just a wonderful thing.
And they have something to do with all these silly-looking people here, because the Rotary puts on a big event that's the bed races of all things.
They do.
So these are some of the competitors that come from different businesses and organizations throughout town. That guy doesn't look too happy, but just wait to the bed race. He'll be happy in full form. That happens down Main Street, right in front of the Government Center. So
here comes our bed, Al. Our bed is coming.
Bob, all of a sudden getting a little tired here and looking for some place to lay down.
First year they had the bed races, the beds were falling apart. It was. Each year they get a little bit more sophisticated. So.
And you can see some of the businesses that are involved and organizations, the Liberty there. And we have the Rotary that had their bed on the far side. There's Pump It Up. They've got the bouncy bed if you need a little extra exercise. And oh, they've got goodies even that come out of the sides of their bed there.
They're also a bronze sponsor, so keep that in mind.
7 to 9 p.m. at the Town Green on Saturday if you want to join in that fun. Here's some wild people. They are promoting some food, it looks like. And they've got some specials going on. Wild Bills. We got the wild sign on this side. Bills is on the opposite side, so you have to do a 180 to check that out. Thank them for joining us in the parade tonight. Here comes St. John's Lutheran School. Neighboring Corcoran is where they're located, but certainly a lot of students from Maple Grove head over that way. And they've got some of their students up front, as you see. And here comes, oh, looks like they might have borrowed the bell off the school. All the way back from 1864 is the bell. Oh, and he's working hard there. We've got the bell ringer inside, and look at the young lady sitting right by the schoolhouse.
That is a nice historical bell.
And that float, another one of our award winners, in fact, first place in its division. Oh, and here comes the extra candy for Al. Very good. She knew who to take care of.
They're tossing it to a diabetic. Something's wrong with that, you know? Something's wrong with that picture.
That St. John's celebration also includes the Birchville School, which the event takes place in August. Look forward to that.
Here we have World Taekwondo Academy marching in front in all of their different colors, not only of their uniforms, but take a look at the belts there. We've got every variety on board here. And they are very organized as they head down the road here in perfect lines, giving some high fives, low fives there, and handing out some materials.
When I was a kid, I took lessons, and I think I hurt myself more than any knowledge I gained. So.
Well, they've changed instruction a little bit since back then,
True.
right, Al?
Yeah, the uniforms are much better too now, much nicer.
How were your leg strikes in those days?
Terrible.
They're located over on Sycamore here in the city of Maple Grove, and there they've got the
Look at those active crew there.
Yep, they're resting up on board the trailer for their big performance here.
Active students.
Looks like they've been handing out a little bit of everything. There, look inside this van.
Now,
we've got the Taekwondo mascot. All right, Bob, you're the mascot expert.
Okay, what is it, Bob?
It's a frog.
Well, it's got a little bit of that green to it. I'm going dinosaur, something like that. Sounds more Taekwondo-ish, right, Bob?
Yeah, you're right.
So they've got a van. They have an after-school program that I've heard about for a number of years that gets kids involved. And right behind, look at this float. This is something you don't see every day on 89th. This is the grass-filled RC Club, and they've got some of their planes that you might be able to fly on deck. And I've seen a helicopter flying around, actually.
It's just scooted through here.
Yep, it's up there in the air. Someone walking along has the controls. There it is. Well, how about that? Now, there's a good hobby for us, Bob.
I don't know if it on the north side of 610 there, I think the building is still there, but there was a group of remote controlled folks that used to operate their
I don't mind the going up, but it's the coming down that gets me.
For some reason, when we're flying those, the ground comes up awfully quickly. There's the guy in control, and look at that. He's watching it, and it is flying upside down sometimes, so he is doing very, very well. Step by step, Montessori school behind, decked out in red, white, and blue. And look inside there. I think we've got a little bit of baseball singing going on inside. Let's listen. Okay, I heard something about Cracker Jacks. I think they've got it down. And voted Maple Grove's best of 2013. They are a bronze sponsor. Congratulations to their group. We should mention that the Grassfield RC Club was another one of the top finishers in their group as far as different floats in the parade. Well, you might have noticed, gentlemen, that there are a few trees in Maple Grove, not a surprise to you, and Maple Grove does quite a bit to take care of those, and this is the committee behind it.
That's
true. We can put Frank Campbell as #1 guy in getting this organized. He does a great job. He's been with the Arbor Committee for many, many years and is spectacular.
And he's not the furry guy right there. He's the guy right behind the furry guy.
He's got a reclining hairline.
Yeah.
Smokey the Bear on board, and they are another group that always is looking for volunteers and people interested in helping out. And just recently, Al, I know there's been a little tree counting going on, and you had some volunteers help out with that in Maple Grove.
Right, we're still looking for volunteers.
Okay.
We're doing a tree inventory of all the boulevard trees, and there's thousands of them. And we need, we're doing training of the counters, so to speak. So we're trying to get a good handle on an inventory of all of our trees and the species as well. We do have a number of emerald ash trees in the city, and so we're worried if the emerald ash borer does come into our community, it could have quite a devastating effect. So.
Well, you may not recognize it by the signs and the silly faces coming through some of these cutouts, but this group is representing a much anticipated business here in town. This is Whole Foods, food from a happy place is what they're saying, and they are close to being open.
July 17, Whole Foods will open, and they'll be opening in the space that used to be occupied by Ultimate Electronics. There will be kind of a parking issue there, but with any new business, you know, it's always jammed.
You say that with a smile on your face. That's good, Al.
That's the only way. That's the only way I can, I guess.
It's a good problem to have, right? Princeton is a neighboring town just up the way from Maple Grove here, and they have some of their ambassadors who are taking a fine spot on one of their landmarks, the Princeton Bridge. We've got Haley and Allison on board. They have the wave down to perfection.
We have one of our spectators along the route over there that's practicing the wave as well.
Mm-hmm.
Future candidate.
That's right.
Future candidate.
And thank you to Princeton for joining us here tonight. The sun is beginning to set a little bit, but that does not mean the parade is near the end. We are about at the halfway mark of the Maple Grove Pierre Bottineau Parade. And we're going to be back with more. As you look down the street, we've got some special units coming up. Stay with us and find out what they are in just a second.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That changed my life.
At that moment, it hit me. This is why I joined the Guard. We're soldiers, always ready to protect our country. But we've also got communities. Family, friends, neighbors who count on us. I couldn't believe it. I just saved a life. Somebody from my hometown.
See what it means to be a citizen soldier at NationalGuard.com.
What are you doing, dear?
My finances. Every week I divide my allowance. Some to spend, some to charity. But the first thing I do is set aside 10% to save for my future.
That's awfully grown up. Did you learn that in school?
No, Dad taught me. He said if you want something tomorrow, you have to save today. Dad's saving for retirement. I'm saving for a new bike.
Choose to save. To learn how to get started, get your free Power to Choose brochure.
He's a smart man, your father.
Savings Man here with a story for you about two young spenders named Tommy and Sue. Their parents let them buy whatever they chose, like video games and designer clothes. As they grew older, they spent all their pay on fancy cars, houses, 2 lattes a day. They lived in the moment, never saving a dime. When they tried to retire, they'd run out of time. Working forever is Tom and Sue's fate, so choose to save now before it's too late. Visit our website to find out more, cause a happy ending's worth saving for.
I knew at first that I got hurt pretty bad because I couldn't move my legs.
Captain Eric Lawrence was training Afghan soldiers when his truck was hit by an IED.
I sat home alone for months. I didn't want that anymore. I wanted to go back to work. I don't want to be a drain on society. I want to be a positive thing in society. PBA helped me write my resume, got me a job interview. I got the job.
Paralyzed Veterans of America, changing lives, building futures.
It is time for purple at the Pierre Bottineau Parade, and that can only mean one thing here in the Northwest metro area in Maple Grove. It's Park Nicollet. We talked earlier about the health influence that has come to town, and you'll see the Park Nicollet name in many, many places here. They've got some of their volunteers up front with the flags and one of their vehicles back behind. And the challenge will be, what will Park Nicollet hand out that can be healthy tonight?
Park Nicollet is a bronze sponsor. We appreciate that very much.
And they've got one of their healthy dogs even joining us tonight there. Look at that, happy pup skipping down the roadway here. ParkNicollet.com, the place to find out more about what they do here in Maple Grove. It looks like part of their fun might be some signs, okay, that are on board there that I think in past parades talk about some of the services they provide, and they are many. Again, take a look along 89th Avenue here. We've got some of our parade volunteers that are making sure everything is in order, and yes, all is in order. All right, and the dog's getting a little water, and as you saw, the answer to the question of what do you hand out of your Park Nicollet, you hand out some nice bags for people to carry around goodies in. My guess is, though, Bob, tonight they're going to be full of candy.
How could you imagine we'd get candy in our bags tonight?
I think this parade is rather well known for a good haul of candy for everyone that attends.
Yeah, I remember when Irene was here, Al, how much candy she demanded. She wanted twice as many boxes of candy as the rest of us.
Yeah. She enjoyed handing it out. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Very good. Good for her.
She did.
And you can see the young kids along the side of the street. That guy is already enjoying much of the candy. Oh, there's another one looking pretty good. The haul is successful. Now you just got to get her to come down and share with you, Bob.
That's how you measure up, you know, the amount of candy you got in the bag.
Or it's the Frisbees. They're the guys trying to figure out what the Frisbees are used for. They'll get the hang of it here in a few years. Back on the street as we're about halfway through the Pierre Bottineau Parade. It's time for the ballet, gentlemen. The local Nutcracker auditions are coming up September 7th. The performance is December 14th, and this is part of northballet.com. Nutcracker fans, Al, Bob?
I would hurt myself.
Sounds like food to me, Nutcrackers.
You don't have to be involved. You just have to sit back and enjoy. Get that front row seat and enjoy a little ballet. Certainly the Nutcracker, a holiday favorite. They will be putting it on here in the area.
Auditions, September 7th.
And they are a nonprofit group, it looks like, from the sign they're carrying along the way there.
It's like we're going to see some of the costumes, of course.
Oh, there's the Nutcracker himself. The toy soldier is on board. Oh, and we've got some of the young princesses and fairies here as well. Very nice. And how about on the side there? We got some gumdrops going there, right? Just to go along with the candy theme.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Oh, now here we go. We found finally found the outfit for you, Bob.
Here we go. There you are.
I thought I was bright enough tonight. I didn't want to get run over.
All right, the person in the big skirt there is signaling to the young ones to run around. Oh, here we go. Watch closely. Inside they go.
Where did they go?
A little confused. A few claps of the hand, and voila, they're back.
They absolutely love it. Kids absolutely love it.
That might be a little difficult to get through the stage door, though. You got to be careful when the curtains close that you're all the way tucked back in.
You bet.
Well, that's reason enough to go see the ballet, so make sure you get involved with that. Again, northballet.com to find out about that fine group. This group here has something to do with the olden times and, of course, snakes right on cue. There they are.
Renaissance Festival. What a wonderful, wonderful thing.
They have a lot of fun. Oh, she's got the signs up there, and someone's streaming away here. Oh, this guy in the middle definitely has a story to tell.
It's been a number of years since I've been to the Renaissance Festival, but it's just an amazing group of different things. It's just
I think our cameraman might want to step back a step because the guy with the whip here is letting her fly, but doing pretty well.
Al, are a lot of those people volunteers? They just, you know, do that?
Yes, they are.
For the weekend pleasure of it?
Yep.
Well, they just have clothes like this in their closet, Bob, and they figure a couple times a year get out and wear them, right?
That's right.
Kind of like your shirt today.
Yeah, I've got some of those things. Absolutely.
You've got a hat like that, right? It's got to be tucked somewhere.
Bobby, you got a kilt.
Well, this guy's looking a little intimidating along the side of the street here.
He's well equipped.
Giving orders.
He's scared a few people along the way. Here is another award winner for the parade units this year. This is the Animal Wellness Center in Maple Grove off of Fish Lake Road. Look at that beautiful float. And, of course, the little and big pups right behind. I hope they're all gals. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. The tender love and care they give to pets is amazing. My pets, when they were alive, they went there.
Yeah, me too. I sent my pets there.
Here's Carolyn.
Yeah.
The owner.
She don't even look at us.
She's watching the poodle there. That's a cute-looking poodle. Look at these little dogs coming along.
I worked with Carolyn when she first wanted to come to Maple Grove, and so her first building, and then she moved down to just on the west side of 494.
So if you're interested in getting your pet taken care of like these folks are, the Animal Wellness Center, a place to consider. Here's a very important community event that happens each year. This is the Relay for Life of Maple Grove and Osseo. And Al, I know you know quite a bit about this group.
Well, I do. Being a survivor, it's always wonderful to participate in the Relay for Life. July 19th at the Osseo Senior High. It's a wonderful event to help raise funds for Cancer Society. Extremely worthwhile cause, and it's another fun type of evening where people get together and some share stories. You know, survivors will share stories, and others that have been fortunate not to have cancer will talk, and everybody becomes acquainted. It's really a cool evening.
July 19th again at the senior high school, and thanks to Liberty Carton Company for bringing along the 1929 Classic Ford truck to help that crew along. Are you ready for another marching band? I think we are. This is a combined group. This is the 728 Cadets. They represent Elk River, Rogers, and Zimmerman high schools. They are clad in the black, as you see, and a bright, bright yellow color guard marching into view. And they are going to entertain us as the other bands have tonight. Again, part of the competition, and something to do, ladies and gentlemen, with hearts. I think you're going to see a few red hearts pop up as we go through. Band is about in view here, and the fun part of this as well, if you look along the sides of the street there, you see some of the parents there catching up here. It is not just the kids that are involved in this, but it is definitely a family affair when students are involved in marching bands. And here goes the dance team in the yellow, getting into action. The band's still about a block away here, so we'll help them out for a second. And again, a combined school, and that is something you're seeing from some of the marching bands as time has gone on here. We saw the group from St. Cloud, the All-City Band, and again, this is another combined group.
Very, very attractive outfits. Pretty colors, beautiful colors.
All right, so let's listen in and see what they have in store for us. It is the Cadets, 7:28. Here they go. A true crowd pleaser, the 728 Cadets, again representing Elk River, Rogers, and Zimmerman. How about that for a flag corps?
Very, very good. Very good. Reminds me of the time that my older sister was a drum major, and she was actually quite good.
Not only were the rifles flying, a few more tricks in there. The rifles were flying, the flags were. It's time to celebrate Maple Grove. Thanks for joining us on Channel 12 for the 2013 Maple Grove Pierre Bottineau Days Parade. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Kaiser. Thanks for joining us on a beautiful Thursday evening.
Wonderful.
And joining me, these great people that you might recognize from the city of Maple Grove, City Administrator Al Madsen, and right next door, former Mayor Bob Burlingame, who just came back from someplace tropical. Al, Bob, what's the story?
He's got a nice tan.
Well, I had the opportunity to see the Panama Canal.
Well, very good.
Nice.
All right. I think there's going to be stories during the parade, so stay with us. As you look out on the street, you see we had our first few units just go by. We had the Maple Grove Police lead us off with the Maple Grove Legion Color Guard as well. and the VFW Post 11543 also had their color guard. And right in front, as you might recognize, this is the Marines, their color guard joining us tonight.
For car lovers, the ambulance coming up here is owned by Scott Anderson, Fire Chief. It's not an exact duplicate of North Memorial, but it is very, very close to being restored like a North Memorial ambulance.
And is he the only one that can drive it?
I think so, yes.
He takes good care of that.
There he is. Wonderful.
Very interesting look. And right before that, you saw the Metro Marines again. They're looking for a few good Marines. And if you're interested, you can certainly go to their website to find out more. There's Scott, proud of his vintage vehicle. And right behind Bob, we've got something that's a little more modern here. Tower 11 might be able to help a few people in Maple Grove.
I think we've been up in that one or two times.
We sure have.
And how's the view from the top?
It's scary at times.
You don't go up on a windy day, is that what you're telling me?
That's right.
Oh, you definitely do not, yeah.
Ladder 21 right behind. Al, tell us a little bit about the Maple Grove Fire Department. Some great people serving the city. Wonderful.
It's a volunteer fire department, and a number of years back, Maple Grove Volunteer Fire Department was selected as the Volunteer Fire Department of the Year.
Fantastic.
For the state of Minnesota. So we have about 100 volunteer firefighters, maybe a little over. We're always looking for volunteer firefighters, daytime, evening. So if anybody's interested,
stop by the Government Center. Again, go to the city's website and you can find out a little bit more. And I think we've got just about every truck in town joining us tonight. 5 fire stations in the city of Maple Grove, correct?
Yes,
so
that's correct, 5.
I think there's a few spare trucks out there just in case tonight.
There will be no need for any more. We've got 5 of them that very strategically placed throughout the city.
In the early days, when we started our fire department, we contemplated, are we going to go with yellow or red?
Okay.
And Dick Reimer, the mayor at that time, says, we're going with red.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And no one was going to argue with Dick, I'm sure. There's North Memorial right behind, obviously very well known here in the Northwest metro area with the new hospital up in Maple Grove. They've not only got the trauma unit there on wheels, but they've got some on bikes and some in carts as well to help us out, because it is a warm night tonight, so just in case they are ready. Now this goes back just a few years.
Isn't that a great one?
You know, the thing with the Osseo Fire Department, they serviced us for years before we had our own units.
Right. Yep.
And we really appreciate that.
That one was all the way back from 1929 is the vintage for sidewalks here. I'm not sure why. Well, I bet it has something to do with art, and it's the Art Center in Maple Grove that's out and about tonight. Lori Link and her crew. Lori's probably marching around somewhere on the road tonight, and this is another way to enjoy Maple Grove, is to enjoy some of the art from the community and from around the area.
The Maple Grove
in 2010 was one that windstorm went through Main Street, and we had all of the art, vendors there with their pottery and their paintings and their vases and their jewelry, and it was just devastating. I felt so sorry for those folks because they worked so hard to create that, and then in a matter of minutes, it's destroyed.
Back out on the street, you just saw Klein Bank roll by with their trailer, and they've got some of their volunteers in the blue handing out some goodies. And they are a copper sponsor, thanks to them. And the people from the Art Center community sponsor. And someone's having a birthday here. Bob, 20th birthday? He's checking his calendar to see if
taking a look at that.
He's 20. No, I think it's Tender Time Learning Center must be 20 out there. And they've got some of their youngsters clad in the yellow, promoting what they do at Tender Time. So,
I don't recall them being around that long, but welcome.
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
That's right.
Yes.
All right, someone let your motorcycle in as well, Bob. I see you're lending out all of your vehicles.
No, that's not mine.
He's got a bigger one than that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Mine has pedals on it.
In front of this group, we had the Blue Star Mothers, North Metro Chapter 7. They have the American flags out and are promoting what they do And the motorcycles, I'm thinking they must go with this big trailer pulling up. This is Moon Motorsports. And they would like you to hop on one of those motorcycles. They're located, it looks like, out of Monticello is where they call home. And they would like you to stop by maybe when you're traveling up north and check out some of those vehicles. They'll take a look there. All right, we've got the four-wheel buggy we could enjoy and a few of those real fast motorcycles.
Some of the motorcycles are quite amazing from back when I was a kid. Wow, my gosh.
Yeah, three-wheelers again now. Have you noticed those? My goodness.
Yeah, they're back to the trikes.
They got two wheels in the front, and one in the back, and then they got one in the front, two in the back.
Yep.
I think this is a better way for us to get around town, gentlemen. How about in the nice boat here? We could join the Aquatennial crew, couldn't we?
Absolutely.
Minneapolis Aquatennial, of course, one of the big treats of summer here in the Northwest metro area.
Another wonderful, wonderful organization.
They need a big boat like that to have all the names on the side there. They've got Vice Commodores, Princesses, Queens, Captains all on board, and they encourage you to head on down to Minneapolis, enjoy some of the fun this summer.
I believe Maple Grove Ambassadors a few times has had an Aquatennial Queen.
Ah, fantastic.
Several times.
Congratulations. These guys have built, it looks like, their own float. This is Timmerman Finishing Incorporated. And it looks like they have built quite the float there that's got benches inside, and they are very popular from the young ones here because they're throwing beads. And boys and girls alike are getting their hands on those. TimmermanFinishing.com if you want to find out more. They're located in Fridley. If you've ever wondered what that funny word omega means, we can help you out. Osseo Maple Grove Athletic Association, and they have some wonderful teams that represent the area and get a lot of kids involved, and they also are very involved in Special Olympics, and it looks like the Special Olympics team is carrying some medals.
Very, very involved.
Oh, there you go.
They're throwing things at you, Al.
He was testing Al there.
Yeah.
We almost had it. It looks like the Omega Storm, the Special Olympics team, is proudly carrying their banner and busy on the field. I know they get involved in softball and basketball and even some floor hockey at times. So congratulations to all of their crew.
Great organization.
It's been around a long time too,
yes.
You know.
We have there's a lot of not only recreational activities, but a lot of different athletic associations that are in our city, and they take tremendous pride in their community.
And here's another community that has some great pride. This is Coon Rapids, and I'm proud to announce they are one of the winners in one of the parade unit categories, and you can see why. They brought in a little bit of Snow and Bob, a mascot, which is
Raccoon.
Raccoon.
Oh, he's got it.
I feel cooler, don't you?
That's
right.
I
had to hesitate. I had to think about that one.
All right, look at the snow.
That's right. The snow is flying here on 89th Avenue in Maple Grove, but it's okay. Don't worry. Part of the Coon Rapids fun, and they have snowflake days every winter season. They encourage you to stop on by Coon Rapids and enjoy some of the fun. They've got all sorts of royalty, as you saw, on board the float. And they were award winners in many other communities throughout the past year, and they have done it again here in Maple Grove. Congratulations. Boy Scout time. This is Pack 584, which proudly hails from Maple Grove. They ask you to join Scouting, make some friends, and have some adventures, maybe in the tent out in the wilderness. All right, Boy Scout stories, gentlemen, from your past.
I never got lost because I never wandered out into the woods. So
I never had any trouble starting a fire.
Okay, good. So far, we're all right here. I think we could get some badges for that.
It was a good organization. My son was involved, and I was involved with my son. And
some of the young kids handing out goodies there. And here comes Cartridge World, global ink and toner experts, and some of their representatives from their business right here in Maple Grove on board. And there we go, another mascot for you, Bob. We've got a
SpongeBob?
Well, part of it's yellow.
The colors are kind of right there.
Yeah.
He's a cartridge.
I'm going with the ink cartridge, right? I think we all are in agreement with that.
I think so. Yeah.
At least I had an answer.
Bob's been watching too many cartoons here recently.
SpongeBob pops up. Uh-oh.
That's all right.
Too much time on your hands, Bob.
Yeah, I know it.
They, of course, work with used cartridges. They ask you to save big and stop in and check out the ink and toner cartridges. And they've got a business right here in Maple Grove, and it looks like in Osseo too. Let's take a look down the road. We are at unit number 75 in this year's Maple Grove Days Parade, and there's much more to come. In fact, are you ready for another marching band? One from a little ways away is joining us in just a second. Stay with us. More of the Pierre Bottineau Parade on Channel 12 in just a second.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Channel 12's Community Corner puts the spotlight on your corner of the northwest suburbs.
We want to talk about some things happening around the city of Maple Grove.
New Hope's rinks are officially open.
This is the spot for the Golden Valley Rotary Club.
The City Council worked really hard not to have a tax increase.
You can instantly upgrade your wardrobe with a few simple accessories.
We're in Golden Valley today doing a little recycling.
Rediscover your corner of the northwest suburbs every day on Channel 12's Community Corner.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
Oh dear, I can't afford that.
Charge it. You can pay it off later.
Not so fast, credit card guy.
Savings Man.
Don't let him entice you, ma'am. Credit card guy can lead you to big trouble. You need a savings plan.
You're right, Savings Man.
Get this ballpark estimate worksheet at choosetosave.org. It will help you get started.
Gee, thanks, Savings Man.
No, thank you.
So visit choosetosave.org and get your ballpark estimate today.
Welcome back to the Maple Grove Pierre Bottineau Parade, and the band you've been waiting for comes from St. Francis High School. As you see, they made the trip over to compete in the competition and also to thrill us with the performance that's coming up. And look at that, they've got the crew out front there. It is a little warm tonight, so I think we've got ice cubes going out to everyone to keep them a little cool as they get ready for another routine. This is about, what would you say, 2/3, 3/4 of the way through the parade, so there's still a ways to go.
We still got a ways to go.
We got the best yet to come, you know. Stick around.
They have been performing already a time or two, and there you go. The drum major's got the whistle ready. There it blows. And we're going to have a chance to listen into the St. Francis High School Marching Band. They have been out and about in the communities throughout the year, and here they are. St. Francis High School Marching Band. Thanks to them for joining us. I don't know much about St. Francis High School, but either that was their school song or something to do with the Minnesota Gophers, but it had the crowd going.
It did, yes.
Success. I think it's the U's song.
All right, we're going to go with the U on that one. Look at some of the tires on some of these bikes. I think the fat guys right there, those could support us. We'd be all right on that. All sorts of types and varieties of bikes available at Maple Grove Cycling, a proud business of the area. And look at the fat ones, even got someone on the back on the third wheel there. And I think some of those bikes specially made for some of the off-road cycling that takes place. Uh-oh, some volunteer people scooting through here, keeping us in order. They smiled at you, Bob, so I think you're doing all right so far.
It's my shirt.
It's got to be the Hawaiian shirt, yeah.
Another school from the area marching into view. This is Maranatha Christian Academy. They are located just across the border of Maple Grove in Brooklyn Park near 169. Well known for their academics and athletics. And we'll see if they've got the Mustang. Oh, I gave it away. If the mascot is rolling along here, it is the Mustang. All right, I already blew that one.
Yeah, Dave, you know too much.
You made it easy for Bob.
I was going to test you, Bob. Maranatha obviously has been well known for lots of great students. We've profiled many of their star students and standout students on Channel 12. And athletics, they have been to a few state tournaments over the years, especially on the basketball court. They have done very well. You see them clad in their red as they march along here. Now that's a way they like to get together as students, right?
Yes.
In a parade, fun way to maybe think about school just a little bit during the summer.
Just a little bit, yes.
And you see the kids along the side of the road, very happy to see them as well as they pick up some candy. And even some of the youngest Maranatha fans, they're rolling along. All right, there we go, Bob. See, I should have waited there. Look on the screen, Bob. We've got the mascot there rolling along. Oh, Bob just made the best haul of candy there from Maranatha. I think he's going to every basketball game this next season. The Mustang there, that's not the Mustang right there. She's working hard. There's the Mustang. That is one heavy head to hold up there as you march along.
That's not a chicken and that's not a turkey. That's a Mustang.
That is the one.
Now, I wonder what Bob would have thought it was had you not given him a hint.
Next year, I'm not going to say a word about it as they come.
That's right, yep.
Well, if you need that lawn mowed, these folks can help you out. This is Mark's Lawn Care Service Incorporated out of Maple Grove. Residential commercial work. These guys can go around any tree. There you go, perfectly on cue.
And they can mow a lawn.
They're heading for Al's place on 91st.
I hope so. I hope so. My lawn needs mowing.
And also busy, I would guess, as well in the winter season. They do landscaping design and help with some irrigation. There's the plow. Not that we want to think about it right now, but we'll take a look at it up there off the street. That's okay.
Yeah. It's good to have it handy. I'll take the Bobcat. We can use the Bobcat, too.
That's right. If you need a little redesign work on your yard, maybe after a few of the storms we've had roll through, they might just be able to help you out.
They're so versatile, you know, there's different attachments on those babies.
It's got the snowblower on the front. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That would be nice.
I'm not looking that way.
No.
Another fine business in the area here.
I could probably snowblow my driveway in about 5 minutes with that.
A few up and backs and it would be done.
Yes, it would, yeah.
89th Avenue still full of people. The families are claiming their spots. The kids, as you see, still up and about here. Maybe a few have decided to start the walk down the street. What they can do is head back to their car and enjoy the parade as they're walking along the way. And if they go right now, they're going to enjoy more of Mark's lawn service. Here we've got the garden set up. And they help out with the garden tours, it looks like. Sunday 1 to 5 on July 14th is when you can tour around and see some of the great gardens. Just a few people take a little pride in their yards here in town and do some fantastic work, Al.
Oh, we have 99% of our people take care of their yards.
Sure do.
Absolutely.
So head out and see some of those gardens as part of Maple Grove Days. That youngster busy not looking at the garden tour, but counting up the candy. Maybe 5 for me and 1 for my sister, maybe? Is that the way it goes normally? All right, the kids enjoying. They just can't wait to dig into the candy along the parade route here and get some of that sugar going inside.
Right. When I drive around the city just to see how things are, one of the things that always impresses me is how well people take care of their lawns. They take care of their shrubbery. Everything looks so nice, and that just speaks so well of the community.
Well, I think a lot of that comes, too, from how well the city takes care of their boulevards,
oh, yes,
their islands and everything. We were commenting coming in tonight, things are in full blossom right now.
Sure are.
And that's really a compliment. And I'm not sure if the Arbor Committee helps in that or who's doing this, but there's certainly a lot of work goes into those plantings.
Sure, that is absolutely right. A number of cities have followed our lead.
Al's been known to pull a weed or two, I've heard, so
yes.
He's out and about there.
Or a flower.
He's also, in his time, pulled some strings, too.
Okay, we'll leave it at that, and we'll jump out onto the street. How about a vacation, gentlemen?
Oh, there you go.
Travel leaders would love to have you head to, looks like Disneyland or Disney World might be one of the destinations. TVLleaders.com. They are located right in the heart of Maple Grove, and they would love you to see them about heading out. There's Tammy and some of her crew along the side of the street, giving out some of the information about ways you can go out and see the world. Take a look down 89th. You see a number of groups lining up there about a block away. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more of the Pierre Bottineau Parade in just a second.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Behind the wheel, there is no such thing as a small distraction. A public service reminder from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons. Speak out against distracted driving at decidetodrive.org.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
This is great. Every day should be like this.
It will be when I retire in a few years. I've been planning and saving.
Did you save for me? Well, this is unexpected.
Where'd you come from?
Out of the blue, just like an illness, an emergency, or
That's enough, Mr. Unexpected.
Savings Man.
There's still time to plan. Find out how at choosetosave.org with a ballpark estimate worksheet.
I will. Thanks, Savings Man.
No, thank you.
So visit choosetosave.org today.
Well, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
As well. Pack 84 of Rice Lake Cub Scouts bring you back to the 2013 Pierre Bottineau Parade. They are ready to tell you a little bit about what they do, including look at this vehicle they put together. Pinewood Derby's, of course, one of the big things the Scouts do, and those guys have built a fantastic car. Don't know if that would fit down the little track, though.
I did that with my son, and that was a lot of fun, although some dads, let's say, played a greater role in building the Pinewood Derby car than, let's say, the son did.
Okay, Small World Learning Center in the area has quite a nice float here. They've got a puzzle put together there in the back, and some of their workers and some of their staff on board there, and some of the young kids that enjoy there in Blaine, Champlin, and also right here in Maple Grove. School bus coming along as well. There's a young lady who's happy to be marching along with the puzzle on front there, supporting her school. And right behind, we're ready for some more royalty. Look at this. We've got a little carnival action on 89th Avenue today. And this is a carnival that you can find out at the Wright County Fair. It's in Howard Lake. July 31st through August 4th is when it happens. And they've got some ambassadors joining us today.
Very nice float.
Kaylee, Cheyenne, and McCall on board there. They've got the swiveling chairs that make that wave, watch this, a little easier. You can look to one side, swivel over, and there you go, look on the other side. Those county fairs are fantastic, obviously.
They are.
Here in Hennepin County as well. So
yeah, they are. They're a lot of fun.
Get out and have some fun. While we have a quick minute, here's the next group marches up. Al, you wanted to make quick mention there has been a community survey done in the city of Maple Grove, and the results are in, and the results are positive.
Oh, the results are outstanding. The City Council authorized the Citizens Advisory Committee to initiate a community survey. And the survey results are in, and I'll be giving the survey results report to the council Monday night. But one of the highlights was that 96% of the respondents say that they are either happy, or I should say they either love living in Maple Grove, or I should say, well, I'm trying to find I get the right words, is to be in Maple Grove. They find it to be good or very good. 96%. And so that exceeds the national average, I mean, by a ton. And so, and you look through the whole entire survey, and everything is so upbeat and everything is so positive. So that speaks very, very well for the city.
You know, years back, if I can just relay this to you, one of our police officers encountered a citizen who was doing a lot of complaining, and so he spent some time with him trying to calm him down and do all that. He finally ended up saying he got a little bit discouraged, and he says, you know, if you don't like it in Maple Grove, why don't you just move out? So anyway, that was a true story. But those things happen with people, and you can't satisfy everyone, but we certainly do our best, and we have the best services available.
Well, 96% is fantastic.
Oh, it's the whole results of just not only recreational activities, but how well do the residents feel safe in their neighborhoods, in the city, shopping opportunities, dining opportunities. All of the marks just came in, almost all of them, way above national average, comparing, you know, a city of our size with cities of other size.
Congratulations to Maple Grove. Well, we were trying to look away there while you were watching for a second because we saw a yellow school bus and it scared us a little bit, but that was the Creative Kids Academy located here in Maple Grove and many other locations throughout the Northwest Metro area and North Metro. So thanks to them for joining us tonight. And right behind we've got Keller Williams. Their crew is out tonight. They are a classic realty company here in the area. You see the for sale sign on the truck there. I don't think the truck's for sale in particular. Although we would make a bid maybe on that one right there.
Nice looking. Some
music for the people along the route here, and it looks like they are very popular, handing out beads as well. Here she comes.
With those speakers, I thought maybe there'd be a little bit more coming out of the volume-wise.
Oh, they're trying to encourage some of their work. The bead lady was told to pick up the pace a little bit. They're losing their truck, but she's having so much fun. Ah, hand out a few more beads, right?
Right, yep.
It's all that public contact, you know. They want to make that.
There she goes, right? Look at that. She's got quite a few to hand out there.
Yep.
I think she'll find her way over to the side of the road again and get busy with those beads.
In regards to the community survey, in a short time, it'll be put on our website.
Great.
So everybody can access it.
So a chance to find out what people thought about the parks and the city services.
Lakes, the recreational activities, as I say, safety, things like that.
Did you send that out this spring or just the start of summer?
Spring. No, we just got the results.
So we gave them 3-4 months or something?
Yeah, we got the results back in June, the end of June, and so I've been looking through all that, and we'll provide a report to the council Monday night.
Would we be doing that like every 4 or 5 years?
Every 5 years.
5 years, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What we did is we did one in 2008, and then we did the one this year, and we've compared. How was life in Maple Grove today versus 5 years ago? So,
well, in the next
much
5 years, some of these will about be ready to fill out the survey, and I'm sure the first thing they'll say is, we love the parade.
Yes.
More candy and more beads, please, is all we request. Well, some people might want more food, and one place to get some great food is the Maple Tavern. Longtime business here in the city of Maple Grove, and you see on the bottom some of the different varieties of food and items they bring along.
Well, to me, where they're located, that's always going to be Pulaski.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
You're right, Bob. You and I both go back many, many years. Yes. Yeah. Pulaski's.
Yep.
Larry Seach,
yeah, people know where the spot is up there, and they are doing a great job, and they've got a number of their folks out tonight handing out some candy, making people very happy. And look at that. The little one is on board there, not quite sure what that thing is poking in its face, but having a good time. Oh, she's getting out. She's going to give some candy here to the cameraman. Look at this one. All right.
She's got the wave down.
Yep,
look at that.
She is ready.
Definitely a candidate.
Oh, look at her shirt there. She eats free all day, every day. I want that shirt. I need that shirt.
Yeah, that's cute.
And here's somebody that may have dozed off in the middle of, no, I see some eyes poking out there. It is indeed a family affair here at the Maple Grove Days Parade. Even the dogs, as you see, involved along. How about this car? Here's another one out of Bob's stable.
Absolutely.
They're challenging some with the strollers to go a little bit faster, but the strollers taking their nice, easy time coming down the street.
My wife often asks me, why are some of those cars so noisy? And I says, well, look and see who's driving. And if it's a young man, probably they like the noise.
Okay, might draw a little attention to them.
Yeah, the Dodge Viper. How about that?
Well, we've got another group coming up here that is dancing away, and they've got some things on their heads, which we will leave it to our expert of mascots and things on heads to decipher. Bob, help us out here. Take a close look there at the green heads.
Oh.
See, I've got the luxury of the right page of the book here.
What do I win if I get it right?
Let's see. I've got a hot dog here from the Lookout that I could pass along.
In fact, we got 3 of them, Bob. You can have all 3.
How about the candy?
Well, I think we've got a musical coming up. Let's be quiet for a second and see from the musical we can hear who they are. Ready for action.
Hi. Yeah, I'm good.
Nice to see you. Mr. Brilliant?
I haven't seen you for a long time.
Yes.
All
All right. All right. One of the green ears people came up to. They speak English. How about that? That's amazing. Okay, Bob, did you figure it out?
She did. Well, it's from Shrek.
Hey. All right.
Fantastic job. Well, that is going to be a great musical as we see the Wright Hennepin truck go by that's been a little bit busy with the storms we've had lately. Shrek the Musical is going to be performed by the Home Base Theater Group. It is a group made up of Maple Grove Senior High graduates. Performance dates are the end of July, early August. It's going to be at Maple Grove Senior High, homebasetheater.com to find out more about Shrek the Musical.
Part of Wright Hennepin Electric's family is Great River Energy, which is headquartered in Maple Grove. For those that are not aware where it might be, just look for the wind turbine out in front. But that building has so many energy efficient features inside of it. And they do provide tours as well. So.
Is that kind of fulfilling their desire when they built that thing? You know, all these things are going to happen.
Yes.
Is it all coming to be? Then?
It is. Yes, it is. Yeah, it allowed them to be recognized as a lead, which is leadership and energy and efficiency and design. I think they might be the 17th in the nation of that type of building.
Congratulations to them. Well, we had two groups that are very fitting together. We had Lunds and Byerly's with lots of food. They were handing things out, promoting the shopping they do, some of it online. And then this group, which probably eats all of their food. This is the football team from Osseo Senior High, if you did not get it from the orange and black. And there's a little bit of a touchdown dance going on there on top. They came to a quick stop there, and all the guys about fell off the bench, but we can report that everyone from the Osseo football team is safe and secure. And they're going to stop here for a second. The young guys are jumping off for some reason. They're maybe going to put on a play or two along the ground here. Maybe it's the fact that the football players are a little too big that they're on the back there and they're dragging the trailer on the ground. Oh, here we go. Oh, they started up the race car on the trailer.
Started up the Mustang.
Yeah.
Music to my ears.
All their cheering and chanting is drowned out at this point by their big race car. Well, from the loud race car, we go to the quiet inside of the New Horizon Academy school bus. There you get a look right inside, kids. You can hop on board and enjoy all New Horizons has to offer. They've got some of their instructors and parents that are involved in the academy walking in front, and they're located on East Fish Lake Road right here in Maple Grove. There they are, waving to the camera. And if you're hungry, here's another fine spot to stop in Maple Grove. This is Famous Dave's Maple Grove, right off of Elm Creek Blvd. And I would guess maybe some of the wait staff on board and hostesses. What do you think, gentlemen?
I think that's correct. Absolutely. Been in Maple Grove business for a number of years.
And they've got the big truck there to promote what they do, and like we saw the one earlier that definitely you could tell it was from Maple Grove High School. You can tell that's from Famous Dave's.
Yes.
I do a little delivery for them. And if you're into sports, we've got a sports camp coming up for you July 14th through the 18th. This is at the Grove Christian Center. And some of the sports that we can probably get involved in, a little pickleball and table tennis. That is our speed. Now, soccer and cheerleading might be a little out of our league. More information about those sports camps at the Christian Center, grovecc.org.
Seeing the word pickleball, our seniors in Maple Grove just recently, I think, won an award for their pickleball achievements. They absolutely love pickleball. I've never tried it, but there it is right in front of us.
Yeah, it's being played on 89th Avenue. You don't see that happen all the time. Oh, the ball rolled into somebody's front yard there. They're going to go pick that up.
Al, I thought you were more rounded than that. You hadn't played pickleball.
No, I haven't, no. I've watched them play it, but I've not played.
Oh, my. We'll have to get you into it.
Well, they play over by the park by my house. And so a few times in the morning I stop by and I watch, and so I get encouraged to come and try it.
Yeah,
I will.
It is fun. I've been out there a few times on the court and
good for you.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Good for you.
It's a wiffle ball, so it's a little more my speed. I can catch up to it a little faster than a regular tennis ball.
Right, yes.
Tutor Time is another bus that would like you to step inside. TutorTime.com to find out more about how you can ride in that bus with that great, safe bus driver right there. You can schedule a tour and enroll whenever you would like. Looking for a little hockey.
Another bright spot of Maple Grove is our senior population. We have a lot of senior programs that are conducted through our community center. And Chris Orlock, our senior coordinator, she just does a fabulous job.
And Chris has been with the city. I forget back when we hired her for the first building, the senior building, didn't we?
I think so. Yeah, I think she has been here about 20 years. Yeah, 15
back in the 90s,
16 to 20 years.
All right, here comes the spokesperson for this group. Look at her right there. They start hockey players at a very young age. This is the Osseo Maple Grove Hockey Association, and they want you to try hockey for free and play hockey for free. How about that? So they've got a lot of information out there at omgha.com. There you see the website, and you see, you might even be able to drive the Zamboni for free. Who knows? At least that one.
There's another active athletic association.
I think registration, and you'll see it right here on the vehicle coming up, opens up in August for the Hockey Association. So they're already thinking about it and would love to have you get out and get involved. If hockey's not your sport, how about golf? Here comes the crew from the First Tee program, which is part of the Three Rivers Park District. And they have got one of their golf carts that made it out here with us tonight. Their course locally, of course, is the Eagle Lake Golf Course. Oh, look at that guy. He's got it down to a science there. And they've got the target there. Where's the golfer? Oh, they're giving it to some people along the parade route to throw it on. Ah, bingo, she got it. So if you want to head out and enjoy the game of golf, the First Tee, here's how it's supposed to happen there. Get the iron on the street, chip it right on, and look at that guy was bullseye all over the place. Lord of Life Lutheran Church is another proud organization and member of the Maple Grove community, and they have got quite a display here.
They got the veterans groups showing the support that the community gives to them.
Look at some of the vehicles and some of the honored vets that are rolling by here. World War II, South Pacific, from the Air Force, the Korean War.
My hat's off to everyone.
Fantastic, gentlemen. U.S. Army, 72 through 74. Here comes another Jeep by. Members from Vietnam, Korean War. Well, a well-deserved hand from those along the parade route here.
Absolutely. All ties into our Beyond the Yellow Ribbon.
And we thank them for joining us. They were, again, with the Lord of Life Lutheran Church. They have quite a recognition of the veterans, and we thank them for sharing that with us tonight. Looking down the street, we have about 10 more units to come and some special ones at that. That young one kind of looks like Bob right now, kind of nodding off a little bit, but we're going to elbow him during the break here, and we're going to be back with more of the Pierre Bottineau Parade in just a minute. Stay with us.
I'll give him a nudge.
All right.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
This is great. Every day should be like this.
It will be when I retire in a few years. I've been planning and saving.
Did you save for me? Well, this is unexpected.
Where'd you come from?
Out of the blue, just like an illness, an emergency, or
That's enough, Mr. Unexpected.
Savings Man.
There's still time to plan. Find out how at choosetosave.org with a ballpark estimate worksheet.
I will. Thanks, Savings Man.
No, thank you.
So visit choosetosave.org today.
All right, back on 89th. And you hear Bob, he's with us there because look at this. Another car coming up the road, and wouldn't you know, Bob perks up here and says, I think I could be driving that one tonight. Bob, what is it?
Well, I think it's a Corvette.
Surely is.
It is a
beauty. You know, we've had so many selections tonight.
One of the
We'll
greatest.
have to figure out your favorite.
One of the greatest American sports cars ever.
And as you see, it is promoting the Willow Salon. Website is thewillowsalon.com, where you can find out more. And I would guess some of the stylists marching along back here in the back, promoting some of the latest and greatest hairstyles. They didn't take too long of a look at our hair, guys, to see if they could help us out. I think we're beyond the salon help, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you saying we have receding hairlines, perhaps?
Not much of a hairline at times here. All right, there they go, marching along. They've got all the info on the back there, hairstyle, much, much more. You'll find at the Willow Salon. And that guy, he is ready to go with everything else happening with Maple Grove days.
It. He's going to take a look. What else can I do? I'm not done yet.
Oh, he's heading to the art fair, which we should mention that as well.
Yes.
And art is a big part of Maple Grove. People may not be aware of that, but there's quite a few artists and quite a few organizations that promote the arts, Al.
Surely are. There's no doubt about that. The arts plays a very, very important part in Maple Grove, and they've been active for many years, and we do display their work in the government center from time to time, and we do also, well, through the schools. They encourage the artwork through the schools, and so we'll have the students, bring up to the school student art. I'm absolutely amazed at what the students can do, what the young people can do in the area of art. It's just beautiful work.
And maybe some young artists right there, at least the art of dance they've got down. Folks, a few more units left in the parade here. Stay with us because I can guarantee you're going to see the biggest flame you have seen in Maple Grove in a long time in just a second. But first, look at these characters. I think we've got the full family of the Tooth Fairies here. And they are buzzing around handing out some pencils, it looks like, from Grove Health Dental. There she is. She's trying to get by the cameraman. All right.
Okay, now there's courage.
The tutu looks great there. Thank you very much. All right.
He didn't make it. He didn't pass the grade.
Right behind, we've got some fun going on.
There's Eddie.
Vacation Bible School at Crosswinds United Methodist Church. And that looks like it happens July 21st through the 20-something there as they roll by. And it looks like they've got the fun fair going on. Right behind, if you like cupcakes, Maple Grove is the place to be.
Lots of different styles.
Have you tried those?
Yes, I have.
We have.
Yes, very good. Nadia's Cakes, and I think they've got some of their friends going along. And is that Nadia and one of the main folks there right in the middle of the crew?
Well,
I think
very
so.
Well be.
So stop by and get your cupcakes there. That's in the fountains area,
yes,
if I'm not mistaken.
It's in the, yes, if you're counting calories, you may want to.
Who's counting? Here's Cross Food Shelf, and they do so many things for the community: food, clothing, financial help, school supplies, Meals on Wheels. All right, they've got some goodies. Sure, pile it on. All right, she found us and she gave us some goodies, and they have got their annual musical coming up, and I'm trying to catch it real quick by the characters here. Oh, help me out, gentlemen. Let's see if the paper can help me through this one. The cross-community players have put together the float that you're seeing here tonight. They do have a performance coming up, and it just escaped me of what it is this year, but it is very colorful, as you can see by the outfits that just walked by. But certainly Cross encourages you to head up and donate some food to help those in need, especially during the summer months. Well, I mentioned the flame is coming, and there you get a first peek at it. We're not quite sure what yet, but you're going to see in just a second. Before we get to the flame, though, we've got this low-riding truck coming along here, and I think this has something to do with a little financial help for us. Spire Federal Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, that's the new building there on 96th and
it's out by Menards.
The Boulevard.
Yes, out by Menards.
Yeah.
And look at
very
that.
attractive building.
They've got the
very nice addition.
Truck as the mascot on their shirts
Okay, Bob,
as well.
what's that on the back?
Well, it looks like a polar bear. Am I right or wrong?
Maybe a panda bear?
Panda? Wow. Come on now, Al.
I think we've got Archie the truck, and I don't know if the panda's got a name. Oh, Patches the panda.
Patches?
There we go. He's even got a name.
Okay.
You guys are good on that.
We've got all the papers there. All right, folks, here's the flame, and guarantee us we fill the heat.
Yes, we can.
This is Remax, and they've got a hot air balloon flight team, believe it or not.
Oh, that generates heat.
Does it ever? It sure does.
Well, if you see a few singed trees or power lines along 89th in the next few days, you know why, because that guy's got the basket, but he forgot one important thing, the balloon.
Yes.
But look at that thing go. Wow.
Well, when Cross went past, I was too busy and I forgot to say hi to my neighbor across the street's daughter, Morgan. So missed her. She's very active.
Cross has been around since 1978.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful.
1978.
Organization.
Well, here's one of the relatively new stores to
There you
Maple
go.
Grove. This is Big Lots.
Big Lots.
And they've got a little bit of everything inside, as you can see.
They sure do.
And they come in big lots, too.
Yeah.
And it looks like they've got a Big Lot mascot that's up there preparing to get ready for us. And
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
I'm not certain either.
I don't think it has a name, but maybe it's a big exclamation point or something like that heading along the way. So we welcome them to town. They are over in the County Road 30 areas where you'll find them. And we have saved one of the best for last as well. This group is filling up the entire block. This is the Maple Grove Crimson Cheerleading Squad. And they have been working hard throughout the night. They are one of the groups that's probably been standing at the start for about the last hour or so, waiting for their moment in the sun, and they get it right now. Well, maybe it's their moment in the dusk.
Yeah, in the dusk, yes.
You take a look back there on the long shot, you can see how far they go. They've got pyramids going back behind there.
But it's worth the wait.
Yeah, and I see some goalposts in the very distant pass or distance there, and I think we've got something to do with the football squad coming up. Bob, and maybe your chance to run out there on the street real quick and kick a field goal, if you would, for us.
Well, I'll do it if you will.
I'm ready.
No problem.
I wore the tennis shoes tonight, so I think we can be set. So Maple Grove High School, obviously proud to serve the Maple Grove area, and they will be busy out on the field this fall season with the football and soccer teams. And here come the cheerleaders. Let's see if we might be able to talk them into a little bit of a routine. Oh, she's getting ready for a little tumbling there.
Look
she
at
goes.
That. Wow.
Well, how about that for a few numbers in the crew there? And a lot of the high schools for the cheerleaders have some academies that go on. Oh, there goes another one flipping her way down the road. Fantastic. We have some academies that go on that some of the younger kids get involved. And from the younger ones, we go to the big guys here, Al.
Yes, yep. Probably rookie cheerleaders and veteran cheerleaders. All ages there. Quite a range.
And look at some of these football players. They're growing them a little bit bigger.
There's the goalpost.
All right, we've got some of the cheerleaders there on board.
Yeah, look at there. There's the future, yep.
I'm looking for the football for you, Bob. I don't see it, unfortunately, but the scoreboard is good. Look at the scoreboard there in back. Crimson 31, the guess 3.
All right.
Isn't that the way it always happens, right?
It is.
And following up behind, we have some of the volunteers and some of those who have been keeping us safe throughout the night. I think that's Bob's ride, ready to take him back to his car there. They are set to go. Well, it has been quite a night.
He's closer than I am.
All right, I bet you can talk them into a ride, too.
Yeah.
It has been quite a night in Maple Grove, and we thank you for joining us for the Maple Grove Pierre Bottineau Parade. Al Madsen, Bob Burlingame, gentlemen. Great night tonight. Thank you both for coming out. The brightest guy in town right over there, Bob. Bob, thank you again for coming out and sharing all those great stories with us.
My pleasure, my pleasure. I enjoy it.
And Al, you encourage people as well, obviously, to get out for the entire weekend.
Oh,
if
lots of fun
activities.
A lot of fun activities. So.
And go to the Maple Grove website if you want to find out more, or maplegrovedays.org.
Yep, and thanks to MGCO for everything they do and the hundreds of volunteers.
And the volunteers, that's the greatest part of this.
Yep.
For Bob Burlingame and Al Madsen, I'm Dave Kaiser. Thanks for joining us here on Channel 12 for the 2013 Maple Grove Days Parade.
Thank you.